This is the Cholo News Report for Wednesday, 23 January 2019. A Hamas militant is killed and 2 others injured when an Israeli tank fires into the Gaza Strip after a protest turned violent. The Israel Defense Forces action is retaliation for a shooting, which lightly injured an officer, and for the brief incursion of 2 Palestinians into Israel. An Israeli official said Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also cancelled a Qatari donation of $15 million for the impoverished enclave that had been due on Wednesday as part of international efforts to head off escalation. The Gaza border has simmered since Palestinians launched weekly demonstrations last March to press for the lifting of an Israeli blockade on the impoverished territory, and rights to family lands lost to Israel in the 1948 war of its foundation. Palestinian medics in Gaza said a Hamas militant died, and 2 others were wounded in the Israeli shelling of a lookout post near the fortified frontier, in the central sector of the enclave ruled by the Islamist group. The nominees for the 91st Academy Awards, honoring the best in cinema in 2018, are announced, with Roma and The Favorite leading with 10 nominations each. Compared with years past, when Academy voters came under repeated Oscar-so-high attack for failing to nominate films that focused on black characters, the Best Picture selections were remarkably diverse. It is also unclear how the 91st Academy Awards, scheduled for February 24, will handle a major change in its format. To keep the show to 3 hours, up to 8 categories will be moved to commercial breaks, with the winning moments edited and aired later in the telecast. In the Channel Islands, a multinational search and rescue operation for a missing aircraft carrying Cardiff City FC footballer Emiliano Sala resumes, after fading light and deteriorating weather conditions caused the search to be called off the previous day. Meanwhile, John Fitzgerald, chief officer of the Channel Islands Air Search, said the probability of finding anyone alive from the missing aircraft was reducing very rapidly. The plane left Nantes in northwest France at 19:15, and had been flying at 5,000 feet, when it contacted Jersey Air Traffic Control requesting descent, Guernsey police said. Spencer Burns, commercial director at the airport, said, "We are in close contact with the Air Accident Investigation Branch, and will continue to assist with their inquiries in any way we can." 5 foreign demining experts, identified as 2 South Africans, 1 Croatian, 1 Bosnian and 1 Kosovar, are killed in an accidental explosion in Yemen. Yemen has been devastated by a conflict that escalated in early 2015, when the Houthis seized control of much of the west of the country, and forced President Abdurrahman Sahadi to flee abroad. Alarmed by the rise of a group they saw as an Iranian proxy, Saudi Arabia and 8 other Arab states intervened in an attempt to restore the government. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and Russian President Vladimir Putin meet in Moscow to discuss a peace treaty in the Kuril Islands dispute. Abe's visit on Tuesday marks the 25th time he and Putin have met since 2013, a reflection of their efforts to increase cooperation, despite the decade-old disagreement over the Kuril Islands.